I'm Kyle Barefield from All Things Hunting. I want to give you a real quick 4-step method that I use to take care of my firearms after a hunt to keep them operating flawlessly and lasting a lifetime. Before you start, you need to always make sure your weapon's unloaded by physically removing the bolt and then checking down the barrel to make sure the weapon's clear. The first step is to disassemble all the moving parts of the rifle except for the scope rings and bases. Remove the bolt, remove the mag, take off what you have screwed in on the end and the thread caps, whether it be a thread protector, muzzle brake, or suppressor, and remove the barreled action and trigger assembly from the stock using the 2 bolts on either side of the mag metal. I'm going to lift the barrel and action straight up from the stock. Once we've got the rifle disassembled, the first thing I'm going to do is look down the barrel and make sure there's no debris in the barrel. If there's no debris in the barrel, I'm not going to actually run a rod down to clean the inside of the barrel. I only do that about every 250 rounds, or if there's debris in the barrel, or if I see some sort of an accuracy problem developing. Other than that, I leave the inside of the barrel alone. Then I'm going to take, for step 2, a dry, like a microfiber soft rag, and I'm going to remove any moisture that is on all the parts of this rifle, including down in the stock, trigger assembly, or the scope. On these X-Bolt 2 speed rifles, the barreled action is Cerakoted along with the bolt, so that Cerakote will prevent all of the exterior corrosion. So in the next step, where I'm going to clean and lubricate the rifle, there's only a few particular places that we're going to pay close attention to make sure we get clean. Everything else is going to be safe from corrosion because of the Cerakote. Once I've got the rifle dried, step 3, we're going to clean and lubricate all the parts of the rifle using a different rag and a good gun oil / cleaner, and a little bit goes a long way on this step. I'm going to start with the bolt and totally wipe it down so you see a thin coat of oil on the bolt. Again, the Cerakote takes care of most of this bolt, but the one part I've learned over the years that if you let water get in could cause a problem for you is in the actual bolt face. So I'm going to pay close attention, clean real good around the bolt face and where the firing pin comes out of, to make sure we're not going to have any corrosion develop around the firing pin that could keep it from hitting the primer the next time you pull the trigger. Again, just like I dried it off, I'm going to take my oiled rag and clean all parts of the barreled action and the trigger assembly, paying close attention to the moving parts in the safety and the trigger. I want to make sure those get cleaned and lubricated really well. And the other part is the threads at the end of the barrel. If you let moisture develop and corrode in those threads, if you have a muzzle brake or thread protector or suppressor on there, it could lock in place and be hard to get off without some tools. Then once we've got it cleaned and lubricated, I'm going to drop it back in the stock, push it down so it fits flush, and step number 4 is reassembly, so that when you're done putting it all back together, it's ready to go on the next hunt. Once it's all put back together, I'll clean my hands and use the lens cloth to clean the actual glass on the optic and put it away. Be ready for the next hunt. If you take this quick method, take care of your firearm, this Browning rifle will last you a lifetime and it'll operate flawlessly the next time you go to pull the trigger.